fantastic pilot.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, I loved it. So in the show, in the pilot, you kind of set up, how the case of the week is going to work, with. I don't want to spoil for anyone, but the thing that kind of caught all them, all the villains that Supergirl is going to be facing and so on. And what was the decision to go with that cover as opposed to maybe like a general big bad, so that's sending out like small minis in the time?
Well, there is a big bad. You've seen the pilot, and the big bad is in control of a certain portion of the Fort Ross.
Sorry.
The big bad is in control of a certain portion of the Fort Ross escapees, but in addition to those aliens, there'll also be normal human type villains like Lex Luthor types, who will, who don't have any superpowers, and then there'll also be like human beings who have like incredible tech. So, the villains will be coming from all sorts of different areas, not just the aliens who escaped from Fort Ross.
As opposed to meta-humans, I guess.
So with the big bad being actually her aunt, did I spoil that? Oh, sorry. If you saw the pilot,
Yeah.
Could you talk a little bit about the like how she's going to handle the conflict between basically having someone from her own planet there and someone who is her family?
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's always those conflicts. When the more they're personal, the better they are. And for us, just like on Flash, Harrison Wells was in a way he's like a father to Barry. So the fact that he was also the villain just made it that much more exciting. For Kara, what's really interesting about Kara, which is in opposition to Superman doesn't remember Krypton. He wasn't. He was born there, but he came here as a baby. As far as he's concerned, I mean, aside from the fact that he's an alien, he really is from Kansas. And, Kara remembers growing up in this world. She remembers her aunt. She remembers her parents. She remembers her family. So for her, it's not this sort of abstract thing like Kal-El meeting Zod, where it's like we're from the same world, but it doesn't really mean anything. For Kara, these are people that she knew growing up. For us, we think that makes it, it makes her much very different from Superman, and we think it's going to lead for some incredible drama.
I'm interested. How does being on CBS affect the show versus being on the CW?
So far, it really hasn't. I mean, we've just been doing our process, and CBS has been great partners to us in helping us, bring our vision of the character to life. I know behind the scenes there are probably some financial considerations that I'm not sure we could pull this show off on CW, although we've gotten pretty good at doing a lot with very little. It's still the same. I mean, I think the big difference is going to be that, when I'm watching football on Sundays, I'm going to see commercials for Supergirl, which is very exciting. And we've seen some of the marketing that CBS has come up with, and it's just mind blowing and breathtaking.
With the TV and film worlds of DC Comics separate, some of the other DC ones you work on are connected. Might we see there's another network, any connection between them, or do other characters you can bring in that might double on shows, but different actors playing a character?
For right now, I don't think that the Arrow Flash Legends universe is going to cross with Supergirl. But just like how on those shows we bring in other DC characters and other DC heroes, we have plans to do the same thing on Supergirl. So, Supergirl won't feel like, just Supergirl. There's going to be some great iconic DC Comics characters coming onto that show, and some of them not even necessarily associated with Superman. So, it'll be a DC Comics show.
Can you tease any?
Last question, please.
No.
We noticed that you've got some cast members who are very musically inclined that are known for music.
We do.
Are you going to plan to integrate any singing
know.
into Supergirl at all?
I mean, I feel like we pulled it off nicely on Flash by
Grant
having Grant and Danielle doing
karaoke.
karaoke. I'm such a huge fan of Buffy, and Once More with Feeling is just a magical hour and a half of television, and the thought of trying to emulate that just seems I don't know, but hope springs eternal. I mean, maybe we'll all just go on a road show and do a movie musical, because between that cast and Grant and everybody across all the shows. It's sort of now we have Victor Garber and Sierra Renee. We could do we could stage Les Mis with our crosscast.
Great.
All right, thanks everyone.
Can I ask a
Thank you so
soundbite?
much.